This is an informative speech on hybrid cars. As time progresses, transportation has evolved to be more economical and safe for our environment. The hybrid car is a new system that uses a gas motor accompanied by an electric motor. Modern day hybrids are designed to replace the large amount of pollution that is constantly being created by the outdated gas motor system. According to CarsDirect.com, hybrids have existed in the market for over 100 years, but didn't reach mass production until 1997. The first ever hybrid car was invented in 1899 by Dr. Ferdinand Porsche. His system, Lohner Porsche Mixte as it was called, did not spread into widespread usage at the time. The early model by Dr. Porsche was reportedly liked by many, but at the time, very few could afford to purchase one, and only about 300 of these systems were produced. At the time, cars were only able to be afforded by the wealthiest of people, and that made for very few drivers on the road. Not until a century later, when cars are now the preferred method of transportation for many, would a hybrid hit the market on a large scale. Furthermore, gasoline was not quite yet understood to be a potential pollutant for the environment and a carcinogen at the beginning of the 20th century. Therefore, the need to convert to a less polluting method of transportation was not seen as a big deal. The Toyota Prius of 1997 came during a time period when we began to take a new, closer look at what impact our vehicles have on our environment. Measures to restrict drivers and industry from polluting the air, such as the smog check, and various measures by the EPA began taking place in the later 20th century. This drove the world toward looking at how we can reduce the impact of our advancement on Mother Earth. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation, Americans take 1.1 billion trips by car a day. 87% of these are in personal vehicles. Such a large amount of vehicles running at the same time and exhaust fumes being emitted at the same time must make for a significant impact on the environment and our air quality. The worries of the changes to air quality that may occur from repeatedly emitting pollutants from cars for years and years makes the need for safer, cleaner alternatives to gasoline engines necessary. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, hybrid electric vehicles use a combination of traditional gas motor and an electric motor, which results in little to no emission of harmful fumes, as well as increased efficiency by eliminating gas from idling processes. The hybrid system takes use of many previously wasted energy sources created by friction of the car's many moving parts. Hybrids eliminate gas from the idling process by using electricity from the battery, which accumulates charge while the vehicle is being driven. The car also works to save energy by allowing for smaller engines to be used in this system due to added support of the electric motor. Also, while cruising, the battery receives charging impulses while the car rolls at slow speed, which charges the battery. A process called regenerative braking replenishes energy by converting energy from the friction of brakes contacting the wheels to the battery. The combination of gas and electricity to power the hybrid electric car is what makes it able to save more energy than the gas-powered car. A sea of hybrid cars would release far less emission and cause less damage to our environment than gas-powered ones. The hybrid car was invented long ago and hasn't seen widespread usage until recently, when saving energy and saving our environment have become headliner problems that society faces and even asks the government for help to control and regulation of potential pollutants. Hybrid cars have been designed to, while still fulfill the needs of a bustling society, meet modern standards of cleanliness towards our environment.